open up my tripod before I started. I'm professional, guys. This is like the 40th time I've done this. No, it's got to be more than that. How many live streams have I done? Someone hit me in the comments. Tell me that. Anyway, we're getting it here. We're getting it set up. I am alive. I just need to... Alright, I'll explain what happened when I'm actually sitting down talking about the game. But until then, you guys can stare at the back of my head. Freakazoids. What Astros jersey to wear? Throw Verlander on. Heck yeah, buddy. That's the ticket. Look at that JV. A man on the man on the mound. Sitting down. Throw the MacBook on. I really hope this is actually working. Jet62. Just doxed my laptop password. Things are off to a roaring start. There are already 4 people watching this. You guys are insane. I should probably edit this. You guys are insane. Okay, we're good. Raymond was up. Other Wes was up. Jeremiah's in here. See the jet? I did. That's what took me... Okay, so that's what I was going to address, right? Because in order for me to witness the Jets, I normally have to go out of house. It's an energy drink, not alcohol. I'm not... Don't worry. But because I normally cannot watch the Jets game at my home, I usually have to go out, which is why this got rushed. I would have liked to have been here a little bit sooner. I just got back. I literally got back, used the restroom, and bada bing, bada zoom, the game had started, or was about to start. Where is it? I know I have that iconic photograph. This is still from May. Jeez Louise. I gotta go back. I like making the default like stream picture the vibe check. I can't explain to you why, but that is just... It's such a good picture, right? And... Alright, well, can I... Oh, there's the thumbnail, okay. So, how is everyone feeling is the important question. We're here for game 1. Can I crop? You know what, close enough. That'll work. That'll do. And now I can actually get back to the video itself. Yeah, we're good. All right, y'all can hear me. Jets already won. We need the Astros to win. Dude, the Jets... Did I... Is it fixed? Aha. All right, gents. I think... I don't know if I should restart the stream or if I should, like... Hopefully people will come back in. I figured the move was just let it sit there and hope it came out of the stroke. Which it did, eventually. Okay, so back to the Jets. That was one of the ugliest games I've ever watched them play, and that's hard. But they won. And I'm in disbelief. Like, that was a game where neither team, quite frankly, wanted to win. The Eagles played awful. They are a fraudulent 5-0, because that was not, the Jets... The defense did well. But the Eagles, man, that was just... the potential fraud call coming in. Also, I've had my hair in a bun since like 8 o'clock in the morning, and so it looks absurdly flat, which is just so trippy. I don't know. I like buns. I don't think I could ever do one on this channel. I've done bun before. That's in the lore book, yeah, Alex? Wait, Alex, is that in the... No, Alex, is the bun in the lore book? I haven't, I don't have an Astros Discord server. That's something I would like to do, but I don't have one. It would probably be absurdly stupid easy to do. Made a pork chop for dinner. We'll make it again. Now, the Jets game was insane. I did not believe in them for a second. Love me them Jets. And then now we wait. This is terrifying. I will say, I have not been this anxious for an ALCS in a long... I can't say that. I was anxious last year. I was incredibly anxious last year. Like, that was... Going up against the Yankees again was a nerve-wracking... Because, no, that's the thing. The Rangers could go and get clapped in the World Series, and despite that fact, they would just lord it over us for forever. I feel like it's so tough. I think these teams are very, very evenly matched. It really does feel like a 1A, 1B thing. Okay, cool. Astros fans are very much the ones selling it out. Good to not see much blue. Anyway. You know you've made it when you hear the theme from Fox. Nothing like it. No, I was going to make a point about the Astros, and then I completely forgot it. I need more caffeine is what I need. I was talking about which team is better, right? It's super close. I think the Astros now are going to have the slight advantage with the rotation. And you might call me insane. I think it might give them a little more leeway having Scherzer back for the Rangers. Because I think he's going to come in extremely rusty if he does pitch in this series. And I think they could pounce on that. I expect it going 7. I really do think this series goes 7. I've seen some Astros fans saying, oh, it'll be a 4 or 5. I think you're out of your mind. I think this series goes 7 easily. And it's going to be traumatizing, but you know, we're going to make it through it. We're going to make it through it. Yeah, I am. I said that. I'm incredibly nervous. What are you, crazy? You're playing the Rangers, and not the fun Rangers, not the New York ones. You're playing the Rangers I dislike. They still have not... Dude, I was told this game was going to start at like 8:05. It is well after that. Sorry, I got to start posting Jets win on my my Instagram feed. I got to go be annoying. I cannot believe they pulled it out. It was unbelievable. It's local time. Local time. Local time is stupid. Use American time, aka the East Coast, the only time zone that matters. How did I find a way to be xenophobic about time zones? Yeah, Noah. Texans won today. That was neat. I did see that. Hate the Jets, but the Patriots really suck. The Patriots look awful, man. The Patriots look so bad. And it's great. I don't normally enjoy the downfall of a team, but I have been waiting for the Patriots to fall to absolute shit for a long time, and seeing them finally do it is heartwarming. It is just, it's so good. Like, I think the reason that I can genuinely dunk on the Patriots and enjoy their downfall is it's not like other teams that were good for like 5 or 6 years and then went into a spell. Like, the Patriots were so overpoweringly dominant for decades that, like, yeah, it finally came time. Bill is nothing without Tom Brady. No one has come out of this past few years better than Don Shula. Tom Sula, not the crappy one, the good Shula. Like, even when he was cooking with Brady, I still in the back of my mind thought, I don't know, man, Shula was sure something. But now, with all of the thousands of failed coaches that Belichick has turned out, to the fact that without Tom Brady, he has been a mid to terrible team. From Justin Verlander to Trevor Siemian, and it is a ripped foul ball for strike one. Ho-ho, that's fun. Technically, every game is a home game. Globe Life Field is Minute Maid, but without the train and personality. Oh, that's tough, but accurate. Trevor Siemian's not Trevor Siemian, Marcus Siemian. Okay, cool. Yeah, Trevor Siemian, the famous quarterback. Marcus Siemian picks up strike 2 on Marcus Siemian. Now ahead of the count, 0-2. Belichick is an awful GM. Yeah. It's great. It's great. Again, downfall. Huzzah. 0-2 on Marcus Siemian from Verlander. Deals. Doesn't get the chase. Smart pitch. Going for the slider there. I don't dislike that at all. Trying to get a chase pitch. You definitely are allotted that when you're up 0-2. I'm going to throw Savant on. 1-2 count now. Verlander throws. Ripped up the middle back to Altuve. Throw to first is offline, but a beautiful tag play by Jose Abreu. And he gets over. What a tag by Abreu to get him out there. Unreal. Jose Abreu, through the first, I think it was the first 2 games, had an unbelievable glove at first base. And in games 3 and 4, he obviously contributed with the bat and was fantastic offensively. Already, first play of the night, and just a beautiful save play there by Jose Abreu. He has been him so far in the postseason. Ripped just outside of the glove of Abreu. Ironic. A single into right field. Tucker plays it back in. But yeah, Abreu has very much made us kind of start to forget about the first 162 games, which is definitely nice. I want to see the replay here. Just missed the pick. Just a little outside of his reach. Unfortunate. And now you hope for a double play. Howdy. Is there any Texas stereotype you missed in that sentence? I need to get a grounder back to Verlander. Throw to Altuve for 1. Throw to first. In time, Astros get through the first inning on 7 pitches from Justin Verlander with the help of a beautiful double play and a fantastic save from Jose Abreu. The Astros already through 3 innings, or three outs. 3 innings. To echo Moneyball, they judge you on the last game, not game 127. Real. Okay. That did not take long to change the subject to the Dodgers, but I feel it's a very interesting thing. 1 second, I need to be messenger. All right. The Dodgers should have fired Dave Roberts a while ago, and the weird COVID season saved him, because I genuinely believe you have back-to-back World Series losses, the embarrassment to the Nationals, even though they went on to be the World Series champion that year. Had they not been able to win that weird World Series, and again, I'm of the opinion that is just as legitimate as any other World Series. I understand why people don't like it. Every season, you are put in the same conditions as every other team, and it is the best team of those people in the condition that get to win the World Series. And I can see why you'd say, well, yeah, but you play 162 games to separate the boys from the men. That's why you do that. You separate the good from the bad and the good from the great. That's why it's important. And so I understand that. I think it's real, but also that was not a World Series where Dave Roberts managed them to a victory. It was a series where the hardcore talent carried them, and Kevin Cash absolutely bamboozled himself by taking out Blake Snell. Like, that was the dumbest decision that was the dumbest decision in a World Series since literally the year before, where you take out Greinke for seemingly no reason. Oh, 100%. Yeah, Altuve leadoff home run. Bang. Boom, bang, bang. I think Robert should have been fired after 2021. And he wasn't, because reigning World Series champion. I thought you could have fired him last year. But again, you don't. You can't get swept by the Diamondbacks this year and not fire him. I understand that the Diamondbacks are playing with fire and just, they're hungry. They want to beat Big Brother. I understand that you were injured to hell and back. I'm not saying that the Dodgers had to go out and win the World Series this year to keep him. I'm not saying they had to go make it to that. You've got to win a game. More than that, you can't get clobbered in the series. You got absolutely hung in game 1. Like, they killed them. You can't do that. And with that team, I understand that the pitching staff was weird. You still have so much talent on that team. To not win a game in the postseason, it's got to be fireable. And then you move to the Braves. I don't know what the hell the Braves are. Because in 2020 and 2022 and now 2023, they were supposed to be the cream of the crop, the best team in baseball, right? It was them or the Dodgers back in 2020. And when they were supposed to be great, they made it to the playoffs and then choked. The 2 years where it was like, they're still very early, which was 2019. They exceed expectations and make the playoffs, and then they go to Game 5 against the Cards before that implosion. And then in 2020, Altuve gets under one just a wee little bit. Unfortunate. If he would have pulled it a little more to the left, he would have maybe gone yard. That sucks. Back to the Braves. But in 2021, where it's like, well, you snuck in, you're not that good. We all know what happens. Some of us can't forget. I can't forget what happened in 2021. I don't know if you're aware of this, but they kind of beat the Astros in 6 games, and it was greatly, greatly embarrassing. I don't know what the Braves deal is. It's weird. I feel bad for Strider. I don't think he particularly had a bad game, but went 0-2. The Philly, and I'll say, to talk about the inverse, the Diamondbacks and the Phillies, which have come out of that series, or out of those 2 series. Diamondbacks are fun, man. Bregman gets into one. Deep left. A beautiful catch out in left field. Damn. Knocked a sign out of the Crawford boxes, but just a nice play. Astros have seen the ball well, got him to the warning track basically twice. I love watching the faces that athletes make when they're trying to make a play. They're seeing the ball well, which I'll definitely say that's a positive. That's 2 well-struck balls that could have been out of the park. And now Jordan steps up, who has been just on demon time this postseason. No, the Diamondbacks are a fun team, and they're going to be a good team for a while. Corbin Carroll looks unreal, right? Sick rookie. Lourdes Gurriel has emerged and been fun. Not just fun, but a good cornerstone piece for a franchise. And not just, a solid, serviceable outfielder. He looks like a cornerstone of that team going forward, which is super cool. Zach Gallen, fantastic season. I don't know that they beat the Phillies because again, I sound like an old talking head. The Phillies were bred to play postseason baseball. And it starts with the fans and the atmosphere that stadium has. You go into Philadelphia and you are immediately on the back foot. Like, it's fantastic. The fan base is insane. The energy is insane. And then you get to the fact... Okay, I understand that they haven't won anything yet, and that is fair. But they weren't supposed to. Like, here's the thing. You can say they haven't won anything. They last year were like the 5th wildcard team? Or like the 2nd wildcard? Barely snuck into the playoffs and managed to ride all the way to face the Astros, who had won back-to-back pennants. And really gave them a run there. Had Yordan Alvarez not pulled the rabbit out of his hat in Game 6 and turned the game upside down, Phillies win that series. Look at the injury report that would have been going into Game 7. Phillies win that series if Yordan didn't do that. And so there's that. They were not supposed to make it anywhere near the World Series last year, and they did. And they pushed the Astros to the limit in that series. They were not supposed to do anything this year. And they're back in the ALCS. I understand that they didn't. They are going to. I think you are out of your mind if you say by 2030 they don't have a World Series. They're going to win one. And they're going to do it as like an 89-win regular season team that just gets the vibes. Dude, don't remind me. I mean, we still would have lost to Boston because you're a year ahead. It was 2018 was the deal. Because by 2019, he was already in Philly and said, we're going to bring a... I leave for 2 seconds and the game goes to hell. Yeah, so we're having technical issues, boys. I'm real sorry about this. I would say it's not normally like this and I'm more professional, but like... I think we know that ain't true. Yeah, so what happened? Was it a home run? Was it a single? You should blame me, Alex. It is my fault. And I am ashamed. Alright, before we start saying that he's getting shelled, I would like to wait a moment and just see what transpires. It's not done yet. It's Aaron. If you remember in Game 1 against the Twins, he had an early inning where it was kind of like this. So it's fine. He can do this. Now, that isn't ideal. Like, it's 1 run. If you get a ground out here, you're fine. Or there's already 2 outs, right? I got 1 more. I got 1 or 2 in me. And then we're calling it. That's how I'm feeling here. Holy Lord. I'm here. I'm just trying to get the game on. Or back on. Folks, I got like 2. I got 2 more reboots in my soul. That's what I'm cooking, right? I got like 2 more. And Verlander got out of it, which is cool. I got 1. I got 2 reboots in me. And if it dies a 3rd time after this, I'm just gonna be calling it. Because it's starting to drive me up a wall. And it has been good day. Right? Because the Jets did big win. Chaz fouls 1 back. What's wild is I keep thinking Chaz is having a bad postseason, but he's batting .364. Anyway, see if it works. It might need to be a canon event here in a minute. Can't have shit in Detroit. McCormick fouls 1 off again. He's trying to go oppo. He wants to put 1 over there into the Chaz Chomper section. Which, fair. Dude, I've got to go sit in the Chaz section. It's as simple as that. I've got to go sit with the Chompers. Kind of like having a Brayu. Can't have shit in the lore book. Damn it. The Astros are making solid contact. That's the thing. They're getting bat to ball. Has there been a strikeout yet for the Astros? Yordan Alvarez, what am I saying? But, you know, they're doing all right. It's incredibly early, but, you know, like a .220 expected batting average. Not doing too terrible. They're starting to cook something up here. I got a feeling. I've got a feeling deep inside, as Paul McCartney would say. Did Paul McCartney write I've got a feeling? I forget which one of them wrote that. I don't like ABs being put up. Want hits, not home runs. They're trying too much. Yeah. There is definitely this... Teams are reluctant to play small ball. Dang it! 3 balls have ended up on the warning track for the Astros. And that is relevant. Okay. I knew it was Paul or John, because Ringo wrote nothing. He wrote, like, a song in that history. George was making a meme about it, so I couldn't remember if it was Paul or John. Welcome to the other thing I'm really good about, which is weird music knowledge. Adding it to the book. I can't believe the Jets won the game, man. It's so wild. Like, they're not a good team. Or maybe they are. I don't know. They're just sort of a team. Yo, the Jesus ad. Benny, you didn't need to put that out in the world. I gotta level with you. Who wins a broken bottle fight between Paul McCartney and Elton John? Okay, look, I'm not that up on Elton John. but I am up on Paul McCartney. I don't know the story of Elton. McCartney was from the gutter. McCartney has to win that, yeah? Like, he was from the streets. I have to imagine. That the Big Macca would just go to town there. The thing is, the few things of Elton John I've listened to, I have enjoyed. But why? But why? That's so weird. That is so weird. Nothing else crashed. Like, the TV was fine. That is so strange. Nothing else went. One more. Got one more here, boy. Bregman with a nice catch in foul territory. That's cool. Bruh. The internet's good. That's the thing. It's just a matter of it being weird tonight. We back temporarily? Metallica versus Black Sabbath. Dude, that's another thing. I have not listened to a lot of either one. I'm aware that Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off of a bat. And so, like, a part of me has to say that it's Black Sabbath. Because he's insane. Right? Like, I gotta go in that direction. Now, fun fact, you can get the full Black Sabbath collection on ukulele. You can find that. That's a book that exists. And it is a trip to look at because it's Black Sabbath on ukulele. Like, what the hell is that? Garver, Skies 1, Dubon under it, outnumbered 2, you'd hope. There we go. Like, if I'm... yeah, probably Sabbath. I don't know. Like, in a physical fight... In a musical fight, I don't like to compare musicians all that much. I understand why people do, but, like... I just have a hard time because it's a creative expression. I am a hippie. And Garcia foul, thank God. Like, I am one of those music hippie nerds that's like, it's all about expression, man. There's nothing bad except Oasis. And if I can't have a ukulele version of Black Sabbath, then why am I living in them? So real, though. But, like, I want to know how that conversation went. Of like, hey, Jim, you play the ukulele a lot, right? Yeah, I'm the ukulele guy here at the office. Okay, perfect. So, we need you to transcribe a song library to ukulele. Oh, cool. Yeah, what song library? Black Sabbath. What? Like, what's that conversation like? Yeah, very outside. For a second, I thought they were going to call that a strike, and I was like, no shot. I need to listen to more Hendrix, and I am aware of that. But I have a bad habit of doing the Jimi Hendrix. My thumb hangs so high when I play the guitar. And I know it's in proper form. I just, like, I can't I can't not do it. Two. And that's a high pop-up for Adolis Garcia. The Astros are through the third inning. Not the prettiest first 3 innings for the Astros, but it's only 1-0. A guitar or... I just started on it. It's, it ain't pretty. I've listened to virtually nothing. Any recommendation you give me is going to be a new thing. I've only done a handful of lessons for the guitar. I'm good on the drums. That is the one thing that I can do. Which means I'm not allowed to write songs. My music taste is so freaking strange. I like older rock. The Beatles and Queen are 2 of my favorite bands. I love both of them a lot. I know those are both low-hanging fruit, especially the Beatles one. I like country, but not awful. That's not true. My mood for country can swing wildly. Because I obviously love genuinely good country music. Johnny Cash absolutely slaps. But at the same time, I also can get down with really, really trash country. And Morgan Wallen is just entertaining to listen to. I'm not saying he's necessarily a great artist, but it's interesting and fun to listen to. Recently, I've gotten very much interested in Zach Bryan. I've really liked his past 2 albums. No, yeah, I do like the most hated country. I do like the most hated music genre. And I'm aware that it's hated. And, like, yeah. It probably should be. I'm not saying it shouldn't. That's another one. That's another band that I see is on ukulele is Clowncore. Like, I am aware country is not good, but I do enjoy it greatly. John Bellion's really good. I know it's not really a genre, but he's one of my favorite artists. I can get down with just about anything. Tom Petty, that's one that I definitely need to put in the world. I freaking adore Tom Petty. He might be my favorite musician of all time. God, he's so good. Soul music. Yeah, no, you're correct. I'm not saying that. Here's the thing. I like country music for the same reason I like the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. I understand that there's nothing of technical value in them, but they feel really, really good when you eat them. I understand that a lot of country music is trash. I understand that Ain't That Some by Morgan Wallen is a awful song and is cringe-inducing to the majority of people. That being said, Corona, I'm not answering that. And we all already know who it is. I'm not... Pena? Alex, I gotta disagree with you there. I like some rap. That's a genre that's pretty solid. If I'm going for a more, like, religious go of it, because I do that a lot, Zach Williams is fantastic. I think his live album is Maldonado. Now, I feel Zach Williams is a really solid Christian artist. I was trying to... I forget the other one. There's another gent that I enjoy. I can get down with a lot of different music, and I have that really, really bad habit when it comes to music where I will listen to an artist unending for like a month straight. I will listen to every song they have 50,000 times and then move on. You know, I wear myself out of an artist. It's not healthy, and I'm aware that it isn't healthy. But here we are. I realize that I have my energy drink can sitting like it's a freaking sponsored video. Which is... It's not. I'm not going to give you free money. Burnout the album. I'm not familiar. Thickest lad. It's gotta be Vogelbach. You kidding me? How about those Jets indeed is a question to ask. How about them Jets? They're good. They're winners. They have won the game of baseball. Maldonado bats in a 0-1 count. I need to somewhat focus back on this. And not just fall into the fun tee-hee ha-ha Q&A. Stanek has the middle-aged Republican dad body. That is painfully accurate. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. The only thing that makes me say no is the hair. Like, that's... You can't have flow like that. For the first time in my life, I'm getting blown up via text. Maldonado bats 1-2, holds up, nice. Working the count. Try to get a base runner on for Altuve. Would not be too shabby in this situation. I want to take a peep at Verlander's numbers so far. Has not gotten a swing and miss yet. Really. That's interesting. Doesn't have a strikeout yet. Has only given up 1 walk. Only a couple of hard hit balls despite 4 hits. So he's not getting totally like shellacked in this game. Love seeing the fan base sitting down. Currently listening to The Golden Kid by Woodkid. You can have long hair because he used to listen to Metallica. We're a full count for Maldonado now. All of a sudden works the count full, not too shabby. And gets a walk out of it. Not too bad there, Maldonado. All right. I see you. And Altuve as a base runner. Now, depositing one onto the train tracks, would be pretty darn slick here, Mr. Jose Altuve. Mr. You walk Maldi, fold the franchise. So real. So unbelievably real. Okay, funny story, right? I have an Instagram, and I think that's obvious because I'm a 21-year-old in the year of our Lord 2023. Everyone has an Instagram. How much you use it depends, but like I have one. I'm reaching that point now where some of you guys, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I don't want that to be misconstrued. I'm not saying this is like, some people are sharing to follow my personal Instagram. I don't care. Follow me if you want. I'm not that interesting. But if you want to see me basically just shitpost about the Jets and occasionally throw like some dumb meme on my story and whatever pictures of nature I take, cool, come over and see it. It's just my name, right? But it's this weird sensation where like people I don't know are following me, and I don't know if they're bots or like real humans, and so I don't want to follow them back until I get normal interaction and not just them spamming me with ads and DMs. So I like cautiously wait to see what it is, and it's a very surreal feeling. Altuve Alvarez 2024. That's a message I can get behind. Someone throw that on a shirt and I'll buy it tomorrow. 1-2 to Altuve. Just gets under 1. It'll add to the lore book. The lore book is going to grow exponentially. Now, it's a lot of stupid memes. My bad. Yeah, like, it's a very fascinating thing. This will be terrifying development for the lore book. What will be a terrifying development to the lore book? Oh, following me on Instagram. No, it'll be fine. I don't post anything bad. I haven't posted anything that's like... I have not gotten arrested via Instagram yet. Taryn, I don't like what you just said. I deeply dislike what you've put in chat. I am deeply troubled. Well, yeah, of course, yet. I'm not an idiot. Look, what I am telling you, I have not indicted myself yet. But it's a distinct possibility that it can happen. I'm not perfect. I am... No comment. Are you? Okay. Dude, my fantasy football team has sucked so bad this season. It's unreal. I went into it thinking Bregman takes a strike. I genuinely went into the fantasy season thinking, oh, this is the team that's finally going to win me a championship. And it just has blown chunks. It's been so comically bad. Bregman in a 2-2 count. You got a runner on first, down by 1 here in the bottom of the third. You would like to at least prolong the inning a little bit to get to Montgomery. Takes a ball inside, make it a full count. Runner will be off. That's neat. So if he can put one like a good double, I know it's Maldonado, who is not the fastest of players, but if you put one, he's off, a good double, like a good stand-up double might be able to tie the game up. That's a big if, but like it's relevant. Bregman down the left field line. That's not going to be a stand-up double. That's going to be a single because Maldi will not be able to get to third. Bregman with not an RBI single. Jeez Louise, Weston, wake up. More caffeine is necessary. I need... Why did the 2021 World Series look so weird? Like, it just looked so gray. Don't Google it. Dear God. I'm gonna babysit my own chat. No. Don't do that. Oh boy. That's a lot. So Yordan now bats with 2 on, 2 out, down by 1. This could be... Oh my God. Dude, what is happening? Locked on Astros is live all of a sudden? And it just says Alvarez do this. That's fascinating. One day we're just going to have to go spot... Dude, I've crashed a few Locked On streams. You guys should comment. I know a lot of you... I know that there's a nice, like, mix. I know that a lot of you are also viewers of them. You need to go harass them again. We need to do another stream. That was a lot of fun when I hopped on one of their shows. I'm definitely down to get back with them. It's got to be an event. I want to do more with the Astros community, man. It's fun to talk about this silly little baseball team that brings us so much trauma. Because they might not bring us trauma. It'd be cool. It'd be very different, and I'm not sure how I'd do it because I'd probably have to do it on the PC and not the the old phone that just lives here to die. But I've got to get back. I want to do, if they do the thing this season, right? Has it been 2 years since I went on there? Jeez, it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But if the Astros do the thing, and I'll probably like kind of get it somewhat set up and situated before that happens, I would love to, after winning a thing, a piece of jewelry in the month of October / early November, it'd be cool to do a stream and just kind of chat with different guys, like locked on guys. Possibly, who am I thinking of? Solo. Jeez, why did Solo's name not come to me immediately? Now, I definitely do a stream with Solo and see what he's, chat it up with him, party it up with him after an Astros victory. That'd be slick. Full count to Yordan Alvarez with 2 outs. Runners will be off. Bregman's a bit faster, so I said a really good stand-up double might score Maldi. It definitely would. Now it'd be the question of, can Bregman come around to score a foul ball? Need to get to the bullpen, indeed. Altuve will walk us off to the World Series off of Chapman. Dude, chills. The scenes when that happens would be unreal. I'm going to take a... Assuming that when this inning does end, I have to run a, not errand, but a very quick refill, a drink type of beat. And he strikes out. Unfortunate. I'll be back by the time the inning starts again. Voila. Repeat of 2019, but this time with a World Series win. Please, love of God. We back. What did my brother-in-law send me? I am terrified. To see what this is. They've not thrown a pitch inside. I mean, he likes to go in, so I get why they're not. Teams are... Not well, because Jordan is still hitting incredibly well. But teams are beginning to kind of understand how to not get absolutely just destroyed by Jordan Alvarez. Oh, what a beautiful pick by Altuve and throw to first to get Carter. Fantastic play there to get out number one. Can we be done with these dumb mid-game interviews? I am begging you. Nobody likes this. That's why I'm here. To announce the game and talk about things that are stupid and don't have anything to do with baseball. I would genuinely... I feel like I can't because it's just a bit... I don't know. I feel like it would be corny. I would legitimately like to... Of course they did. Of course they did. Because why wouldn't they? I would like to legitimately sit down and just call an entire game. Like, as if it were... I remember that! Because they did not understand. Because I love Garrett Stubbs. And they were just like, are you insane? And I was like, I cannot believe we lost the catcher of the future. And they're like, is this kid is this kid all right? No, I would like to one day genuinely on one of these streams just call a game and not just the chatting. And I don't mean that in a bad way because I really like doing this. It might be a regular season game where I do that. I don't understand how you came up with such a weird analogy that is that correct. But you nailed it. Like, that is so dumb. Two unbelievable managers with Dusty and Bruce. Absolutely wild that Bucci has... Bruce Bochy has won 3 World Series titles and has less wins than Baker. Like, that's crazy. Somehow... No, they did call that a ball. I thought he motioned a strike for that pitch. I was going to say, are you sure about that? But, you know. Mets can eat their heart out. Fouled it back. Oh, Bregman again in foul territory. Run harder, jerk. Damn it. You could have had it. Just so unreal that the Jets managed to win that game today. 1-1 now for Lowe. Verlander will get ready here. Again, not that it's been beautiful, but 4 innings of 1-run ball to this point, or 3 2/3. Picks up a strikeout. There's a swing and a miss. Is that the first swing and a miss of Verlander's evening? It's distinctly possible. Fouls another one back. That's the first swing and miss for Verlander. Well, Rogers isn't even alive. He's freaking gone. I mean, he's out of the cast already. That's weird, by the way. If he manages to make a comeback on a torn Achilles this season, I feel like there are so many actual real doctors that are looking at him with horror. The thing was the coffee video. I had to watch it without volume, so if it was something that he was talking about, I'll watch it again in a bit, but I'm unsure of if I needed the context provided from that. Le'Veon Bell, I'm not familiar. I don't know who you're talking about. Definitely not a running back that I stayed up till 12:30 to see the Jets sign, just for him to then become so horribly unproductive that it killed me for the offensive coordinator to not use him to any type of potential, and then the second he got injured, decide he was going to run running back wheel routes, but then instead of using Le'Veon Bell, decided to use Frank freaking Gore. Nola, it's not close. Montgomery's been... It's Nola. I'm telling you right now. I'll throw the comparison up real quick. If I can find Montgomery. Like, he was fantastic last season. He had a regression this season. But even his regression ain't bad. Still picked up over 200 strikeouts. Where's player comparison? Okay, Jordan Montgomery. Compare their 2023s. Now, I'm aware they care about more than just one season, but... you give Montgomery the edge in ERA by a good bit over a full run, but... I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being biased because I like Aaron Nola. That's distinctly possible. But his FIP has never been Nola's. His ERA has never touched what Nola's was. I'm not saying Jordan Montgomery is a bad pitcher. He's a good pitcher. I feel that Nola has been good for a longer period of time. If I were a GM that was handing out a contract, I would probably lean for Nola. Oh, yeah, it looked awful. I did see that. Bro got the Letterman jacket. Okay, so I have a really good story about a Letterman jacket. So I did not play any sports in high school because I went to high school but did not go in person because, you know, fun. But I always liked the look of Letterman jackets. They just seemed cool. And one time I was in Boston and I saw one, and it was awesome because it said New York City on the front of it, which is funny because it was not in New York City, and it was green and white, and I'm like, oh my god, those are the Jets colors. It's super cool looking, you know, and I wanted it. I thought it was neat, so I grabbed it, and I wore it one night back here in my hometown, and someone saw me in it and was like, oh, super cool jacket. Where'd you go to high school? I'm like, oh no, it's not from that. I just got the jacket because I liked the jacket. He's like, oh, but where's the high school that you got it from? And I'm like, no, it's not a high school jacket. He's like, well, yeah, but like it's a Letterman jacket. So where'd you go to high school? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. This dude could not, super nice guy, right? Super chill. Could not comprehend that I just got the jacket because I liked the jacket. And strikeout of Jose Abreu, unfortunate. Thank you for holding their hands through that process. Dude, that was the thing is I'm like, no, I bought it at like, I think, because it wasn't Target, but it was somewhere that was only up in, you know, the Mass area. I was like, no, I got it, you know, Target. And he's just like, well, yeah, but like, where'd you go to high? I'm like, my brother. Tucker doing something of value would be great. Is he hitless to this point? No, he's not hitless through the postseason. What am I saying? But he is not good. 133. Hoof Maron. Buddy. Gotta see something here. That easily could have been a strike. I had Greinke in an Astros union and at what? That's wild. I want to check the NHL scores. Grounder, foul. Dude, Tucker's going to get the bag regardless. Lightning are getting beat. Ducks are killing the Hurricanes. That's weird. 1-2 to Tucker. Skied it. Coming in on it. And out number 2. Unfortunate. I swear if this is a 1-0 game, I'm gonna be quite upsetty spaghetti. Like, I'm definitely not gonna say that Verlander's had some remarkable game, but he's not been bad. I looked at bag secured. No, he's secured the bag. He's gonna get a lot. He's easily gonna be a $30 million outfielder, which, you know, I don't, like, here's the thing. I do not believe that Tucker, the meatloaf. No, I don't think. McCormick, down for a base hit. Chazzy Fizz, man. Chazzy Fizz. Not too shabby. No, I don't think Tucker sticks around. I think he's out of here as soon as he hits unrestricted free agency. I think he enjoys it here, but I don't. He doesn't strike me as a lifelong Astro. He strikes me as he's here and has enjoyed it, but is also ready to move on. Dubon, base hit. Not too shabby. Now you got 2 men aboard. Again, I'd like for some of this stuff to come with not 2 outs. You know, maybe early in an inning where you can kind of use efficient or, you know, productive outs, but, you know, chill. Postseason, Pena steps to the plate, so that's all you really got to care about. He can totally shift the tide. Depositing one behind the batter's eye would be greatly appreciated for Jeremy Pena. You are starting to work that pitch count on Jordan Montgomery. He's at 62 now. If you could get him over 70 before the setting, I know that's a big ask, but if you could work him a bit more. I don't know what their thought is going to be, because on one hand, you don't want to overextend him, but also it's a very, very tight game. And if he could have one of those, you know, signature moments, go 7 shutout innings against the Astros, really gets that pitch count high, maybe 100, 110 pitches. Pena, base hit. The Astros hold up. They'll be bases loaded with 2 outs for Bro. I think you gotta. He's definitely the Astro with the Will. You've got to genuinely think if you're Dusty Baker about pinch hitting right here. Like, I understand that Verlander likes Maldonado a lot. You have the bases loaded early. If you get a big hit here, you can shift the game on a dime. They're going to run with Moby. Okay. Martine, I will take back every word I have ever said. I will rescind it all for an extra base hit. I'll take it all back. I promise. It's a deal from me to you, Martine. You just got to get an extra base hit here. That's what I'm begging. Foul ball. Okay. 0-1. I believe in Martine. Career versus Jordan Montgomery. He's raked against Montgomery. 3 extra base hits against him in his career. Okay. Yeah, see? You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Extra base hit. I will take back everything. Every word. Takes one up. Okay. Okay. Hey. I'll take a walk. I'd take a walk. I wouldn't rescind everything, but I would say you're cool. I would say you're a very pretty guy. Pretty guy? I shouldn't say that. That's not... How is that worse than if I called him hot? Anyway, that's a different conversation for... Okay, foul ball. Okay. 1-2 from our team Maldonado. Everything, Martine. I'll rescind it. I'll take it all back. I promise you. Come on. 1-2 count, bases juiced, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. You have an opportunity to blow the game wide open if you can just get good contact. Split a gap, and this game flips. Even just a base hit would be good. I hate you. Well... My brothers. Well, the Astros are out hitting, out expected batting averaging, and out hard hitting the Rangers. The only category that the Rangers are winning currently is the one that matters. I hear that so ingrained in my head, Taryn. Oh, my Squilliam has sent me something. What on God's earth? Thank you, Alberto. Thank you, Mr. Corona. What does gently used mean in this context? What does that mean? They should have sent Chaz with Maldonado up. I thought that. I'm going to be honest. What does gently used mean in this context? Alberto. I gotta be honest with you, Corona. I understand that that's a distinct possibility. I don't care. What? Rent free for the rest of my life, Will. That's insane. Sorry, I need to recoup my thoughts after that. Bregman, or not Bregman, Verlander back on the mound. Already ahead 0-1. Just a bit outside. Nice pitch. Not a bad idea by any means. But it'll be a ball to make it a 1-1. Dusty has a man crush on Maldi and has started in Casas games. Yeah. Jung fouls one back, make it a 1-2 count. I guess Dusty has gently used Maldi too much. Or gently used Maldi too much. Should have found Robbie Chirino somewhere to pinch hit there. So real. Dude, I want to see... I don't want to say I want to see it because, you know, that would imply that it's a game that we are getting absolutely shellacked in. I would love to see Alex Bregman pitching in, like, a 14-0 blowout. Like, it's going to happen eventually. We're going to get killed. And I want to see him out there. Dude, Chirinos was such an aberration. Like, was Chirinos... I hate that you said that. Was Chirinos real, or was he just a dream we all had? Also, saying that Dusty and Moldy Banana Pudding fight... That is the worst image I can conjure up. That is awful. Twins he pinched hit? What? Oh, you're talking about, Yiner, yeah? That's so horribly cursed. Takes one outside, make it a full count now. That's not what you're looking for. Well, I sent it to Jack and he just said used for what? I don't want to respond to this message. And he'll draw a walk. No, he struck him out! Hey! Yeah, that's just simply incorrect, eh? What is Jack texting me? Bruh. Thank you, umpire, is all I can say for that. We're going to take a brief break and go check on the fantasy football team, the Vicious Woodpeckers, whom I love so very much. And see if they are... Okay, they're still not winning, which is not surprising to me. Call going our way? It's wild, yeah? That's cool. 0-2 to Letty Tavares. Giants of 6-0 over the Bills? Really? Bro. Dude. I will never forget. I am a Jets fan. I am so used to the Patriots just lording over us and having to deal with all the BS calls going their way. It's unreal. Tavares grounds one foul. Keep it at 1-2. All of a sudden, my head is throbbing. That came out of absolutely nowhere. 1-2 to Tavares. Verlander sets up, throws, and absolutely demolished into a different zip code to make it a 2-0 Rangers lead. That was hung in the zone. Not what you're looking for. Yeah. 86-mile-an-hour slider right in as heart of the center of the zone as it could be. Okay, I'm going to try these and hope that helps. And if it doesn't, that's fun. The offense is dead. Like, yeah, that's not an ideal moment for Justin Verlander. The Rangers have a really good offense. You've got to put up something. Like, the thing is, you can't win a game 0-0. I know that sounds dumb, but you've kind of got to score runs if you would like to win a game. The crowd has been awful in all of the home games for the playoffs at this point. And you can't... I also will say this. If you're going to try to cite the crowd as the reason you're losing as a team, bro, grow up. If you're going to give up home runs, at least make them solo real. It's game 1 as well, which is relevant. Like, it's okay. And 2 runs is not bad. Like, the pitch count is still pretty short. He could give you 6 innings of 2-run ball is good. I understand that players feed off of the energy, and I get that. That being said, it's sort of also your job to give them something to get excited about. Down in the dirt, 2-2. What? Beautiful play. Beautiful play. It's only okay. Yeah, it's complicated, Will. Really nice play by Mauricio Dubon there. So, it's only bang number 1. I had a Celsius before I got to church, and I think I was nursing that during practice. And then me and Jack went and got a coffee directly after. Then I had a Celsius before I went to the Jets game, and then I'm having this now that I'm back. Don't do the math on caffeine, guys. Don't do that. It's not worth your time, and you will realize that I do have a problem. Did I see Logan Paul versus Dennis? No, I did not. I would rather rewatch Game 7 of 2019 on repeat than watch that. Corona, it's fine. This is normal. Corona, I need caffeine to feel like a human, okay? Struck him out. Gets through the 5th inning, giving up the home run. It's fine. I wonder what he said there. Can you almost tell what he said there? I think I can figure it out. I had a gallon of water. Don't even worry about that. Listen. The line that I walk with my body is very fine. I drink only caffeinated beverages and water. I had like 8 full glasses of water while I watched the Jets game. I had that gallon. Don't even worry about it. My meal has consisted of the sandwich I got with my sister this morning, or this afternoon, and a big plate of fries. I walk the finest of fine lines. Maybe a glass of Promised Land. Oh. Benny, it's not that you have to apologize for me for speaking that into the world. My sister's watching this. And she has pregnancy cravings. And she's gonna see that. And make Will either drive to get her that or get it tomorrow. Jerma, I am having a stroke trying to read what you're saying. I'm basically doing my wife's errands around the house because I can't sit down. I don't have to do that. Although I basically do that for my dad, so I'm basically his wife. There it is. I knew she was coming. Hey! Kozrin. She eats some wings on stream. I don't have wings. I have Red Bull and they can give me wings. If you would like me to continue the horrifying caffeine intake. Sweet home Alabama. That was not a strike, but I can't really complain. We really need more base hits and runs. We need something offensively. Altuve getting the crowd into it with a nice knock here would be good. It'd be really cool to start getting base runners when there isn't 2 outs. Altuve to left. Another really nice, well-struck ball for Altuve for an out. Unfortunate. It is 2-1 Rangers. William, thank you for reminding me. I don't think they've looked bad. Like the Astros. I'm watching this instead of the game. I mean, Shaved Altuve is not the move. Shaved Altuve wishes. Shaved Altuve has a picture of bearded Altuve hanging in his room. No, that is the absolute truth. It sounds very strange because the Astros are losing 2-0 in this game. They haven't looked bad. Verlander's looked fine. 2 runs against a team like this is not a bad night by any means. The offense has shown stretches. Like, I'm sorry. 99% of the time, if you string together 3 straight base hits, you're scoring a run. Like, it's just... That is so wild that you strung 3 straight hits. All of them outfield hits. None of them were, infield. This hasn't been an awful night. It's just been not capitalizing. Bregman, grounder. Short. Throw is in time to get him. And now here comes a gaggle of hits because that's how it goes. I thought that when we got to the postseason, we would see more Yainer Diaz. Because I thought the obvious decision would be made that, hey, we desperately need offense. And we haven't seen him. And I understand the offense hasn't struggled in all of it, but good God. Martin Maldonado is just not it. And I like him. I've said that a lot. I adore him as a person. Dude, Garrett Cole shaving his beard and cutting his hair was awful. He just looks so not himself anymore. He will never be what he was with the hair and beard. He was an intimidating presence with that, and now he just looks like a school teacher. 2-1 to Yordan Alvarez, by the way. Now, they are warming the pen, the Rangers, so maybe you do damage there. They have a solid pen, if I'm not mistaken, so that's not necessarily the best way to go about it. Big swing and a miss from Yordan Alvarez. Cool. It's gotten to the point where Diaz's parents have called him and asked if he starts the game. Is that real? And chasing an awful pitch. Yordan Alvarez, I'm begging you. If Dusty still had his way, Joe Smith would be in the pen. Oh my God. Do any of the OGs, like the real OGs, that's awful. Can we have Hector Neris instigate another near riot again, please? I would like to see some passion from the team. Anyway, does anyone remember the OG year 1? Right, this is how far we're going back here. Me saying, God, this bullpen would just be so much better if only Joe Smith were here to save them. My, how times changed so quickly. You're thinking of 2019, bud, but you are correct. You leave the glasses, come on. Dude, I started getting a killer headache. I've stared at screens like nonstop all day. To be fair. Oh no, they'll lose tonight, and then tomorrow they'll crush them because Astros gonna Astros. No, year one, I spent the entire thing like, man, Joe Smith would save this team, and then he came back for 2021, and he made it like what 3 weeks? No, he made it to the near the deadline because we traded him for Montero and Graveman. Absolute icon, Joe Smith. Man, remember that aberration that he had in 2019 with the 1.80 ERA? Them were the days. Them were the days before he had a 7 ERA with us in 2021. That's painful. Montero and Yimi Garcias. No, that was the Montero and Graveman trade. Yimi came from Miami. He came from Miami for Brian De La Cruz. And didn't he just have a 6th season this year? I feel like he had a very solid 2023. Okay, so not like crazy, but he's a player. But I feel better about that. Because Yimi was not it for us. Didn't Yimi end up having like... I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Swing and a miss there for Garver. Didn't Yimi for the Astros end up having like a 3.5 ERA? Like he was just so mid. And it was for a good prospect. No, it was over 5. Okay, no, he was straight up bad. That's not fun. Picks up a strikeout there of Mitch Garver. Nice, nice, nice. 3rd strikeout of the night for JV. No, like, it's definitely not anywhere near over. They still have, 4 innings to work with. And Verlander's kept it close. Woo! Other Weston goated man. I would rather face the D-backs because the Phillies would win. We are, I believe, a better team than the Philadelphia Phillies. They would win because we beat them last year. I would rather face the Diamondbacks. Like, the Astros are probably going to face Cummings. Let me pull up. Teams. Let me go to Rangers. I just want to see their pen. That's what I'm looking here for. Batting. Relief pitchers. Here we go. Where is Mr. Cummings? All right, I'll sort by ERA. Not Cummings, I'm looking for Dunning. Yeah, so the Rangers bullpen, they have some solid guys in there, and they have some very not solid guys in there. Dunning's going to roll in with an ERA at 4.5, a FIP at 4.6. Walks, a couple of guys. Strikeout rate is not particularly great. Crushed by Carter, but it's on the warning track. Tucker will go out and get it through the 6th inning. Out of the 6th inning. JV will go 7. Very, very possible. If you had a time machine and went back to before 2015 Astros season, what would you tell Jeff Lunau? Don't buy garbage cans. Don't buy garbage cans. That's all I would say. Don't do it. You're good enough anyway. Nah, because, like, I believe it because that's the Astros. That's what they do. Like, that is simply what they do. It's what they're best at. Dude, Will Smith is still a pitcher that exists. That's crazy, right? Like, no, yeah, that's him. I'm gonna level with you. Like, I understand that I am the resident stat loser, and I might get kind of... I understand that I'm the stat guy, right? That's what I am best at. There's not even anything that I would say. Like, they're not playing a bad game. They are, in theory, doing it properly. They are, last I checked, they both have 5 hits. The expected batting average is virtually identical. Verlander's been solid. The offense has hit the ball well. It's literally just be opportunistic. It's not a bad game they're playing. It's just an annoying game. And so really it's just a matter of capitalize. Like, you're putting the right pieces out on the field. You have good ingredients. They should spell a good dinner. They just haven't yet. Getting another run at Montgomery. His 3rd time. We are not going that deep. We have a baseball game to talk about. And also, I don't know, ask Kermit the Frog. He caused 9/11. Abreu well inside. Make it 1-2 for Jose Abreu. Are you joking? Dude. Ambulance brought onto the field for Bills running back Damian Harris. What happened? Why is it always the Bills? Abreu 1-2. Strikes out. Unfortunate. Fun. Also, your Rangers are playing the future rebooted Astros. Soon. So soon. There was the... That was the thing, yeah? The stadium that's in Houston has been upgraded to have ice made. So, I mean, it's got to be happening soon, right? They're getting a team. The Astros still win the 2027 or the 2017 World Series. Like, don't be silly. They still win that. They don't fire Hinch. I think a lot of the moves still get made. Up until, so 2020, nothing really I know it wasn't because it was a click move. Dude, I don't know. He's off in Narnia. Like, he hides in the back room. I don't know what he does. I'm genuinely going to try to do this, right? So, Hinch stays, and so does Lunau. I feel like the Brooks Raley move would still happen. Because that just feels like a Lunau guy. I don't think Stenek happens. Maybe Springer stays? I think that move might get done because that was totally a Lunau guy. And so I would go as far as to say that he comes back. I'm trying to think. I feel that he is a definite mix of young and old, but he'd have Springer in the outfield. So I think the current outfield would look... Yeah, no, Stanek definitely doesn't come over. That was a total click move. I think the outfield would look like McCormick, Springer, and Tucker. With Jordan being the DH and switches out. I don't know if Verlander comes back. Either time. I don't know that he re-signs him for last year, and I don't know that he trades for him this year. It's interesting to think. The Montero / Thank you, Loss. Thank you. Yeah, Lunau knew ball. Of course he drafted Chas McCormick. He knew ball. He definitely doesn't bring back Brantley for this season because it just wasn't his style. He knew when to get out on players, and that's why I'm saying he doesn't. That's such a good question. It's really interesting to think about what changes. Now here's the question that has to be asked. Assuming things play out mostly the same. So the Astros lose in 2019 in the World Series. They simply were not good enough of a team to win in 2021. Or 2020. He definitely lets Correa go. That's a definite. Correa walks. He sticks with Pena. because that's another one of his guys, and he's not afraid to let his guys move on. I think the reason he keeps Springer is because at the time, you didn't really have that stud outfielder prospect. McCormick looked like he was going to be a player, but didn't look like he was going to be a stud like Springer was, so he brings back Springer. Pena was that highly touted, goated prospect, so he definitely lets Correa walk to keep Pena as the guy moving forward. But that's the question I was about to ask you. If Lunau and Hinch are there in 2020 and 2021, and things play out mostly the same, because it wasn't a coaching or managerial decision that lost it in 2021. It was the fact that the Braves wanted it more than you did, and that was the same exact problem that plagued you in 2019, was losing to a team that just wanted it more. So I'm not going to say, oh, well, the Astros would have won that because Hinch makes a different decision. They lose in 2020. There's nothing Hinch can do to change it, and same goes for 2021. So my question for you is, I think that Hinch and Lunau both get canned in 2021, that offseason. And I think they go looking for a new guy in 2020 or for 2022. That's where it gets interesting. Because I'm trying to think of who was hired in 2022. I don't have like that list ahead of me. But I think they end up firing them both after 2021, and going into last year, they would probably have to go get a new manager and GM. And on top of that, you now have the thought of a team that has just kind of coasted off of that World Series because there has been no change, right? And that's the important thing. But the thing is, he was still signed here. Like, I don't think he would have traded him. He was a big Bregman guy. He gave him the extension after 1 year. He was a total Bregman guy. And so I don't think he moves on from him. But because the Astros go through that scandal, they're kind of, from an ownership standpoint, you want to keep them together because they're stronger as a unit and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And you allow Baker and Click to go into 2022 with the notion of like, hey, your first year here, you kept it around, you go to Game 7 against the Rays, you won the pennant. Because you're not going to fire a GM and a coach after winning the pennant, especially when they've only been there 2 years. If you lose a second World Series with the same guy in the same fashion, then that's when you're starting to think, all right, it's time to move on from this. This isn't working. We've got to go in a different direction. I'm trying to think of who was hired. Glasses went on in like the 5th inning when I started getting a horrible headache because I've been staring at computers and televisions for forever. I don't think so, because then he would have been out of baseball since 2017. And 3 years versus 5 years is significant. That's the big part for me. Because he managed in 17, yeah? I think. I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah. So only having a 3-year difference, and really it's only 2 because it was just all of 2020 or all of 2018 and 2019. So only 2 years removed is very different from 5 years, 4 or 5, depending on how you want to look at it. That was a Hall of Fame pitch right there. Real big strikeout for Verlander. Leave for 3 innings and I grow glasses. Lore. 0-1 to Jung. What happens to the Phillies? I mean, they gain a boogeyman. I don't think anything really changes. They're a mixture of locked up to long-term contracts. They're locked up long-term with a lot of different guys, so I don't think there's a... No, because, like, the Bills were a monster in the regular season. That's a really big thing, right? Like... Okay, in terms of the team, the fan base, that's fair. Like, they have the expectations, but they limp into the playoffs after a regular season and then defy expectations. So I have to imagine they're not moving on from anyone. They're not moving on from Harper. That dude is fantastic. He is playing with a fake arm, basically, and still hitting better than most players. Like, he looks like the $6 million man when he starts running the bases with that bionic thing on his arm. And people would still kill to be half as good of a hitter as he is. They have him for still a long time. They're locked up long-term to Real Muto. They just signed Trey Turner for a while. Alec Boehm is the future third baseman for them. He's looked great. They're sticking around for a long time. Assuming we win the world... Okay, but assuming they... That's just such a weird view to have of it, and I understand what you're talking about. Pennants are not nothing. Like, nothing to show for it. If they were getting bounced in the wild card or not making the playoffs, that's a different thing. Back-to-back pennants is not a bad result from seasons. And also, it's a matter of, like, saying... Because it's two-path in the same year without nothing, or with nothing to show for it. It depends on what happens when they face the Astros. If it goes 7... It's not the same exact path. Like, I gotta see what they end up doing. And Dusty will go to the pen. Oof. I want to talk about the Harper thing, Corona. They are moving to the pen, and I have to use the restroom super quick, so I'll be right back after the commercial break. Folks, I know what we need. I know what we need. Cheez-Its. Okay, now to get to Corona's question. If your ace only gave up 2 runs, that's enough to win like 85% of games. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The pitching staff's been fine. Dude, the Rangers Buffalo game, I thought that had like Buffalo Shocker written all over it. I don't know what happened. Anyway, if they get Harper and if they stay healthy, I think it goes 7. But by God, that was such a good Red Sox team. Like, I really don't know. Oof. I really don't know if it would be enough to beat them. Like, that Red Sox team was so stupid good. I just... Absolutely solo. The Rangers are about to choke this game. Simeon Skies 1, Abreu under it. To the bottom of the 7th. Not too shabby. Trev, I have not looked at it. It was 6-0 last I saw. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have Harper and if you're healthy, there is a slight possibility but they were so good. I really just don't see a reality where they win that series. Oh, 100%. They're not paying him $30-some million a year. Like, I would have loved to have had Harper. And an outfield currently of Harper, Tucker, and McCormick would keep me... Oh. Dude, it might be the best Sox team they had. Because they beat the Astros in 10 games against the Astros and the Dodgers, who were at their peak. The Astros got better from 2017, where they won the World Series, and the Dodgers got a lot better from 2017, where they made the World Series. And in 10 games against them, they went 8-2. I don't know that they could have been stopped. They were unreal. That 2019 team would have been insane. I'm hoping that I'm talking enough, like, from a far away point that I'm not picking up the crunching on cam or on mic. It might, I don't know. I'm hoping it isn't too bad. So then it would be Springer, Altuve, MVP Bregman, Harper, Jordan, Correa, Yuli Chirinos. Unbeatable. Unbeatable. Like, that would be insane. Montgomery's coming back in. Bro, you've got to do something here. He's going through the lineup again. I am politely asking you to do anything. I have to assume Maldy's out because Verlander's out, right? So I would assume that it's time for Yanner to come in. That would check out. I'm sad. I was basically out of cheeses to begin with. DeBon in an 0-2 count. Gets into one. Foul. Dang it. Definitely had the distance. But just a bit foul. 2-1, excuse me, now to Mauricio DeBon. Gets into one, center, caught. Of course it was. Okay, so that's a fun comment. I am sure that you are... okay, so we're going to remove that comment and continue on with life. Does the 2022 rotation be the 2019 roster? Overall teams, I think 2019 wins. Like... Going to the pen, you would hope that this is where the offense actually decides to show up and do anything. Ladies and gentlemen, Levi has made it to right outside the door. Nah, bro, either one works. He's sitting at home. Like the 2019 team was the best Astros team in the regular season. And they had the best roster. Where it gets tricky is the World Series. The Astros, like, if you're just talking about paper, Robbie Trey is still trying to close it out on a Tuesday. Unbelievable. Now, if you're just talking about on paper, the talent of the rosters. The 2019 roster was better. Now, when it got into practicality, the 2022 Astros won. It's a 1A, 1B thing. You give the edge to 2022 because they did win the World Series, but it's really close. Are you talking from a roster point or just a result point? Because, like, result point, I'm definitely not going to argue. I genuinely think the 2019 team was a little bit better. I get that. Dude, I just look at that lineup for 2019. Like, Altuve was doing Altuve things, hitting 30 home runs. Bregman was in MVP form. Jordan was in Jordan form already. Correa was good when he was healthy. Yuli was hitting 30 bombs out of nowhere. It's so hard. And the thing is, bullpen and starters go to the 22 team. Offense goes to 20. Definitely. It's a question of how much did either one edge the other out. Right? Because I definitely think... Okay, Benny, you do bring up a good point. That is definitely good. It's so hard. I have so many... I definitely think bias plays in. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. Just so horribly. It's unreal. Pena fouls one back. 1-2 for him. Yeah, I don't even remember where I was going with that sentence. Good God. Alex, it's such a real mood. Takes one in the ball for Pena. Two and two. Again, you'd like for the offense to start doing things while there isn't two outs, so getting a man on here would be nice. Did he ever really have power? I mean, he hit, what, 13 home runs last year? Couple in the postseason? Like, he was a good hitter, but he wasn't what you'd call, like, necessarily a power hitter. Yiner has entered the game. Here it comes. Here comes the Yiner bomb to put him on the board. Alex, I really didn't need you telling me that statistic. I gotta level with you, pal. Grounder to the 8th. Gonna lose game 1, 2-0, aren't we? Deep breaths, everyone. It's only the first game. He tells himself as he tries not to have an aneurysm. Like, this is not a massive order. One would even say that it's simple. You don't need that much. All right. Positive spin time, because that's what I'm really good at. Bottom of the 8th inning, you're going to be in their bullpen, and you're going to get the top of the order. You're going to get Altuve, who's gotten unlucky. You're going to get the best Lance McCullers Jr. Berkman people don't kill me. I'm making a joke. Or maybe I'm not. Who's to say? You're going to get Altuve, who's due for a hit. Right? He's gotten unlucky a few times. You're going to get Bregman, who is Bregman. You're going to get Yordan Alvarez, who has swung at everything. You're going to get who you need. You just got to do something here. Pumpkin Spice Frosty. Why are we like this as a society? Chapman is... Chapman's warming up, fellas. He's warming up. Wonder what's going to happen. If it should happen, and Altuve does the thing off of a roll as Chapman, that's going to be a moment. I mean, Nearest comes back out, which means he's going to walk the leadoff man and probably give up a base hit so that he can get himself into a high leverage situation, because we know that's what he likes. We know that he likes that. Pena single-handedly raising the female demographic. I mean, Jace, I don't know how to tell you this, but the Yankees have not been in this conversation of the playoffs since, I mean, really ever this season. Fouls one back. Seager does. Makes it a 2-1 count. Brian Abreu warms in the pen for the Astros. So he's probably going to have the 9th. And they'll save Presley. Which, the way his season has gone, brings up an interesting question. But it'll be Abreu, likely, for the 9th inning. Unless you get into a save situation. But even then, I don't think you necessarily bring in Presley. You might want to stick it with Abreu, but you don't want him to get cold. It's an interesting balancing act that you have here if you're Dusty Baker. So the count's full now to Seeker. Nearest deals. Gets a big swing and a miss. Picks up the first strikeout of the inning. Not too shabby out of Hector Neris. A very important first out. And now we go to another stupid dugout interview that will refuse to die, which is just a lot of fun. Jonah Heim. Well, if it isn't Jonah Heim. That felt like that was going in a better direction in my head, and then it just kind of fell flat on his face. Anyway, Mitch Garver bats. Nice pitch from Hector Neris there. Picks up a strike. So ahead of the count 0-1. Neris set. Wind up throw. Swing and a miss from Garver. Ahead of the count 0-2 now for Hector Neris. Again, continuing to be one of the best relievers the Astros have. Followed up a pretty solid regular season in 2022 with the unbelievable postseason, which now has led into this season, where he's been debatably their best relief pitcher. 0-2 outside, trying to get a chase. Doesn't quite go for it to make it 1-2 now. Garber, who sits at 0-3. Pitch. Just out of the reach of Hector Neris, but to the glove of Altuve for a nice play over to first base. Jose Abreu with the putout there. 2 away in the inning, and the Astros boogeyman Adolis Garcia comes to the plate. Oh boy, here we go. Hector Neris likes the big situation, trying to keep this a 2-run game against a man who has absolutely owned the Astros since coming up in the league. I am borderline terrified to know what his numbers are against the Houston Astros. I'm going to look it up because I'm a sick man. I want to say he's got to have a well over 1,000 OPS plus against the Astros. Way inside. Nearest lets a pitch get away from him against Garcia. We've kind of been sitting in wait to see if something like that would happen. I think a lot of people have been expecting these two teams to get heated. There's not much of a reaction from it. They're kind of letting it go as it was just a pitch that happened to creep inside. Adolis skies one, Pena under it. Hector Neris, a beautiful job in this game, going an inning and a third. Scoreless. The Astros pitching staff has done everything to keep them in this game. It's still only 2-0 now in the middle of the 8th inning. They are begging them to do anything. Okay, so don't get me wrong. He's definitely, good against the Astros, but only an 810 OPS plus, which is kind of strange. I thought it was going to be way higher than that. Now, he has hit the most home runs off the Astros, but bro, what did I miss? I really hope he is saying that. Just, hey man, if you take over my job next year, all reliable. Lord Lou, I'm tired. Struggling to stay awake here. A combined 1 for 10. That's cool. Bro. Look, here's what I'm saying. Last year, the Astros played the Phillies in the last series of this season and then met them in the World Series. So, who do we play in the last series of this season? It's destiny. That's what I'm telling you. Astros D-backs. God, Dennis Eckersley was such a woman killer with that unreal stash. Bounces one to Altuve. Already a good thing. Altuve ahead 0-1, which is very quick to get to there, but you know. So that means that Aroldis Chapman is probably going to have the 9th inning. And the Astros have liked in their lifetime have liked facing Chapman in the 9th inning. That could be a fascinating watch come 9th. The Astros would love to get at least one on the board here, though. Altuve now in a 1-1 count. High. 2-1 now to Jose. Ooh, boy. Altuve is the all-time leader in Astros Game 1 home runs. That's neat. That's a fun statistic. Takes one in the dirt. 3-1 to Altuve. Altuve is your best hitter. Do you give him the green light and tell him to try to put one into the box? Named of Crawford. Or do you have him take? Takes. Draws a walk. A very close pitch. The Astros have their first leadoff base runner of the night, if I'm not mistaken. I can't think of it, and I feel like that's true enough that no one's going to correct me if I'm wrong. Very close pitch for the Astros. Very close pitch for Jose. But he will get aboard. Bregman will bat as the tying run. And there will be a pitching change. Oh, boy. Here we go. That was Game 6, Mr. DJ, Mike, and Kevin. And here comes the Cuban Missile, Aroldis Chapman, to face a team that in the ALCS has proven to be his boogeyman. Here we go, guys. Absolutely cannot believe that the Jets are 3-3 going into the bye week. That's just crazy. Dude, because, like, I have super long hair, and I think you guys are well aware of that. But it's usually so poofy. And, like, I put it in a bun as soon as I got out of the shower this morning and, like, put it back. And put a little bit of, like... What's the word I'm looking for? I put taming cream in it, and it just feels so weird. Like, I know it's not greasy because I washed it this morning, but it feels so strange. I'm so used to just letting it fly, and then I usually take it out of a bun, like, as soon as I get out of church. It'll be in a bun from, like, 9 to maybe 12 at the most, and I was like, nah. Riding it out. It was in it from like 7:30 to right before I got on here. Bregman comes in, represents the tying run, and the Dodgers have brought in the Astros' favorite high leverage reliever. One faces his boogeyman, one faces he who they have made pay time and time before. Bregman now stands, waiting. Ball one. A four-seamer well out of the zone. Here goes nothing. 1 for 9, including the postseason. Bregman is against Aroldis Chapman, so he's hoping to make that 2 for 10 with possibly an extra base hit to get something on the board. 50-50 pitch, really good frame job there, gets the call. I'm not saying that is like a passive-aggressive thing. That was just a really good frame from Heim. And Bregman now in a 1-1 count. Chapman deals. Bregman checks a swing, and he is safe. Doesn't go around. 2-1 to Bregman. The fastball has not been insane. Been a couple at 98. Not where you normally expect a Chapman fastball to be. Checks on Altuve at first. Needing a breather. Oh, this is drama. Drama like you want it. Altuve will once again take his lead off first. Deals to Bregman. Bregman! Drive! Deep left! Towards the boxes! And an unbelievable out is made. Altuve hustles back to first. He'll be safe. Oh my God. I thought he tied it. Oh. I fogged up my glass. Oh my Lord. I thought that was it. And so did he. Feet away. If he would have pulled it a little more to the left, it would have been gone. Oh dear God, why? Alvarez will get a chance now with 1 away in the inning, but Altuve is still on first. Oh. Bregman's got to be sick in the dugout over that. That's so tough. That is so tough. I thought that was the tie game, man. I thought that was the tie game. What is taking so long here? Was there a streaker or something? What is the review here? What? But does that matter? What? That's a thing? Huh? That is unbelievable. What was about 5 feet to the left, or to the right, away from being a game-wrecking home run by Alex Bregman. I also don't remember that in 2021, Alex. I got to level with you. What was feet away from a game-altering home run ends up being a vibe-killing double play. I am sick. I am just sick of that. Inside to your Don. Bro. Jordan, grounds 1. Out number 3. The Astros will head to the bottom of the 9th, down by 2. That is unbelievable. Attaboy, Tuve. Bro. It's game 1, fellas. In a series. Look, here's the thing. I came into this series thinking it would go 7. The Astros clearly have no problem going into Arlington. Right, going to Oklahoma and winning in the Texas Rangers home stadium. They have no problem doing that. And it's always funny that people will say, I expect this series to go 6 games. And then their team will lose one of those games. And then panic. I said this would go 7. Which means I said they would lose 3 games. I'm not going to... Like, they're not going to win 7... They're not going to continue to play them. That's not how that works. Now we're going to get a bunch of toxic trash fans. Hey! Here's what I need, right? I can live with that, because that means interaction, and they will give me money, which is all I care about. I will have all of those... No, I love it when teams want to come in and talk trash and troll me, because, like, dude, it's 2023. Does anyone actually get rattled? Does any sane human being actually get rattled by trash talk anymore? Like, on the internet at least? I'm so unbothered by it. I've been called so many things, not just from this, but just being alive. Like, playing video games in this era. I simply don't care. Anything that people have called me rolls off my back. And so the commenters... let them... Give me money. I implore them. Come in and talk about how bad I am and comment 50 times and respond to every person. Come in and trash. I don't care. Possibly if I went there, but I'm streaming off of the phone because the PC's behind me. Bro, it's so... It's so entertaining. I forget what it was. I flamed a guy in the Twin series so bad he deleted the comment the next morning. It was hilarious. They're calling that a ball. Okay. That's fun because that was very much a strike. Not like it caught a piece of the zone. Like it was all of it in the zone. So that's cool. But he struck him out, so at least you got that. Ban him. Ban him. Where is Ted Cruz? Where is the man that ate my son? Ground ball. Pena Fields throws to first. This could be the Nats. All away teams win. It's not going to be the Nationals. It's not going to be the Nationals. The Astros are going to win 1 at home. And sweep in Minute Maid 2. Electric Boogaloo. We're fine. Everyone, we're fine. It's one game. We're going to be zen about this. We're going to keep calm and not panic. Also, let's be honest. It would be very much like the Astros to come back in the 9th inning. I'm not saying it's going to happen, nor am I saying that you should count on it, but this would be something that they would like to do. Yeah, Framber's going to want to make up for it. Framber sucked the last time out. To battle Creed. Creedence Clearwater. Also, I find it so strange. People are like, oh, this is how the Rangers turned their season around. They started listening to Creed in the second half, ignoring the fact that their numbers got a lot worse in the second half of the season. So I think Creed helped. I think Creed hurt them. Aw. Here's the thing. He's not going to. He might start when he gets to France, but he's not going to tomorrow. Got him. I wish he would. I agree with you. I would love to see Yainer Diaz get the start, but that's not what we do here. Abreu, Tucker, and McCormick. Okay, I need McCormick hitting a 3-run walk-off home run more than I need air to breathe. I'm telling you. You know what we have to do, folks. You know what we have to do. All right. Ladies and germs, we are standing. It is time. It is time for the Houston Astros to hit a walk-off home run. Chaz mother freaking McCormick is going to do it. It's going to be a walk to Abreu, and then a double to Dubon, and then McCormick is going to walk this baby off. And it's going to be a thing of beauty. Y'all aren't even ready for it. Well, he's been very, very good this season. He has their best ERA on the staff. What order did I say? Oh, I said Dubon. Yeah, my bad. No, it's going to be... All right, then it will be an Abreu walk, followed by a Tucker double, and then Chaz McCormick with the walk-off. Who's ready? Also, if I somehow pull a rabbit out of you-know-where in this moment, I will never let anyone live it down. Abreu steps to the plate. Astros need magic. Ball 1. I've seen enough. 1-0 to Jose Abreu. 1 for 3 tonight. Leclerc sets, throws. Ball 2. Okay. I need to rein it in. It's 2 pitches. I'm not going to crown myself anything, nor them anything, but that is funny. Abreu swings at strike 1 to make it a 2-1 count. Well-placed fastball. Can't be mad at the swing there. That might have been called anyway. 1-2 from Leclerc to Abreu. Wind up. Delivers. Outside. Ball 3. The 3-1 to Abreu. Do you give him the swing away sign here, or do you let him take? Swings. Abreu puts one back on the warning track. That's like the 5th ball that has either touched or been just shy of the warning track. That is just infuriating. Man. The Evan Williams ad is putting thoughts in my head because I'm going to need it after this. That's just kidding. Whiskey's awful. Tucker bats, who has just been horrific this postseason. No offense to Kyle Tucker. Takes strike 1. 0 for 3 night for Kyle Tucker. Leclerc already working ahead in the count here on Tuck, which he didn't get the pleasure to do against Abreu. Tucker checks, goes around to make it 0-2. Neat. Replay, did he go? Very much so. Cool. 0-2 to Kyle Tucker now from Leclerc. Deals outside. Tucker will take a ball to make it 1-2. You're just desperately trying to bring the tying run to the plate. McCormick waits on deck, representing the tying run. Or would represent the tying run if you can get a man aboard. Oh. Brushed up against the tablet behind me. 2-2 to Tuck from Leclerc now. Do I need to get the hats? I don't know if I have time. Might be able to go grab one real quick after this pitch. 2-2 to Tuck. Ground ball, tough play, out. I'm going to grab it just in the hope that it can somehow spark some magic. Chazzy Fizz comes to the plate as the Astros' last gasp here. So we got the hat on. Hoping you can find some magic here from Chas McCormick. Putting up a donut in game 1 would just be an awful way to start this series. Chaz calls time to readjust his strap. Beardless Chaz also is not the move. Michael Brantley has been called upon as a pinch hitter. He will take it for Dubon and represent the tying run if McCormick can get aboard here. Oh, 1 to Chaz. Delivers. Outside for ball 1. Chaz will even the count now at a ball and a strike. Leclerc made relatively easy work of the first 2 batters, especially Tuck, looking to get a save. McCormick well inside, almost hits him. Chaz, maybe don't get out of the way of the ball. Is that a bad thing to say? But, like, it's a thought. Okay. 2-1 out of McCormick. And that one does hit him. Does it? No, he somehow avoids it. All right. Bregman's given some side eyes. Somehow he gets out of the way of that pitch. That's a couple inside. Not... I'm in agreement with Bregman. That's weird that it went that inside twice. McCormick strikes at strike 2. Or swings at strike 2, pardon me. Full count for McCormick with 2 outs. The last gasp for the Astros, quite literally down to their last strike. As McCormick tries desperately to get a base runner for him. Shutout in game 1. Well, at least they're sticking to the brand of giving Verlander absolutely no help. I'm probably not going to be here tomorrow for the stream. I got to level with you, which sucks, but I have another appointment that I'm not going to miss. Astros in 5, boys. Astros in 5. Agree, Ben. Just have Brantley give him the team meeting and top. Just have Brantley give him the team meeting and tell him he's not mad. He's just disappointed again. Well, game 1 in the books. I'll see you all in a video in a little bit. Kill me.